I don't know, 30, 40, I don't know the exact number because I know the roster was overturned from last year. There's a lot of fresh faces. You're one of the few mainstays. You got here in 2017 blocking for Sam Darnold, who's now in his fifth NFL season. So obviously you're one of the few mainstays on a very new team. So what sort of your role in that? And sort of you want to help the new guys adjust, but at the same time you kind of got to adapt to the new culture yourself.
Yeah, I mean, just like Jonah, for example, I mean, had a chance to bring him along. I guess that was my fourth year, which was his rookie year. But just, I don't know, I guess be a leader through example. I think that really is kind of like something that really helped me out, just watching some of the older guys who did things right when I was young. Again, it's mostly just following in their footsteps, helping me out and help the projection of my career. So now I have that opportunity, right, to get back to the younger guys and just kind of be an example to them so that they just follow in the footsteps.
Did you ever think you would be here this long?
No, definitely not 6. No. Right. Thankful for it all, though.
How do you look back on the journey through some tough seasons? You went through a season lost to injury, and now you're being talked about as one of the best linemen in college football. How do you kind of process all that?
Yeah, right. Just
typically, yes. I'm a big
one quote that I got from my offensive line coach my freshman year, Neil Calloway, just said, "Work hard and good things will happen." That's really something that I bought into and really took to heart. It's just every day, just coming in, and just keep stacking those little wins, right? And just over and over, and you look back and you just think, wow, like
90% of the games, man.
You started from a 3-star no-name offensive lineman to, I mean, we see what's going on in the media. It's just crazy what could happen when you just put your head down and just work hard. It's nothing that anybody else in this team or the O-linemen specifically couldn't do. It just matters if you can commit to it. It's for everybody.
Personally, and maybe with the group as a whole, how did the spring film drive what you guys expect to work on in this fall camp?
Things like that. And then pass rush wise,
I mean, new system for us offensively, completely different than what we've done in the past. So just learning it. I think this spring it was a big learning curve for us, just learning it, not necessarily executing it at 100%. So we kind of took what we knew, the foundation, right, and built upon it. And so I think we're looking forward to this camp. I heard a quote actually from one of our coaches the other day. Camp isn't for install, it's for review. So we should come in and the bar should already be set, and you should already be executing at this level, and then just refining stuff and so on.
Was there ever a crossroads moment for you along the way? Maybe in the injury season or anything where you just really wondered if it was going to amount to what you wanted it to be?
Yeah, it's definitely tough going through an injury because never really had gone through a season-ending injury like that. It was tough, but I think the guys in the room really helped me out with all that just because of the friendships that I have with all of them. Really just helped me mentally and just reminded me to focus on the end goal.
2 days ago.
What's the area you think you've grown the most as a player over your time?
Is that a rule that you have?
That's tough. I don't know what I'd say.
I was like, it was pretty long. It still isn't. But I was like,
skip that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Going back to last year, at what point did you kind of become aware of the metrics? Like you were one of the top ranked guards in the country in these categories. Were you watching that closely at all, or was it really after the season?
I wouldn't say closely, but just seeing stuff on Twitter. I mean, it's kind of hard to escape some things with just who I follow and like the reporters and you guys and stuff. I was definitely aware. Maybe played a little bit of a factor in my decision to look at leaving. Ultimately, glad and thankful that I decided to stay for one more year, though.
How much salesmanship did it take from the coaching staff to get you back?
It wasn't much, really. It was just more of seeing his commitment to the team and just seeing his. Yeah, I would say just seeing his commitment to the team, Coach Riley's commitment to the team, and building the culture.
It was one day, I think it was, I walked in the class one day after, like, did you get a haircut? And I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, I saw his hair was long, he's like, when was the last time you got a haircut? And he was
Going
like,
back
July
to
of
the
1992.
PFF stuff, when that goes out, that says you're the top-ranked interior lineman in the country, how many people do you hear from? Do you hear from a ton of family and friends sending you that link? Or?
Yeah, just friends, family, just random fans on social media that reach out. I always try to do my best to just respond to them, and just if they take the time to reach out to me, I should take the time to reach back out to them, right? So I mean, I see it, I'm aware, and it's been awesome to think I'd be here now. It's just it's remarkable.
Have you created some new goals maybe for this last year? All-American, draft placing?
Obviously, team first goals. I want to win the conference again. I think USC needs to be back up in that contention. Obviously, have a playoff run, a national championship run, and then personally, really want to be a first-team All-American so I can enshrine my name on the wall in the All-American walk. I think that'd be awesome. There's one other dude on that wall from my hometown of Kingsburg, California, and it happened about 100 years ago. So to submit that legacy would be something huge. So I'd say that's my number one goal individually this year.
Did you look that up, or did somebody point that out to you, or how do you?
I've known, and then obviously just walking down the All-American walk, I see it as Johnny Baker. I think it was in the early 30s, late 20s or early 30s. He was one of the first All-Americans here. He was offensive lineman too. So.
You mentioned being a 3-star recruit coming in, not a lot of fanfare. What did you expect of yourself when you came to college?
I mean, just knowing where I came from and who I am, I just knew I was going to work hard every day, right? So I came in January, and once I was cleared with all my medical stuff and I was integrated into the team, I just said, hey, I'm going to pick one dude on the O-line, and everything he does, I'm just going to try to beat him in all of it. So it was another young guy. It was Frank Martin, actually. And I don't know if I've ever told him this, but it was just everything that Frank did, just because I knew him through recruiting, because he was only a class above me, and he's a California kid. I said, hey, I'm going to beat this kid in all the conditioning stuff. I'm going to try to work harder than him, try to just whatever it was, every category you can think of. I just said, this is going to, we'll make Frank the standard, and I'll just try to do everything he does, but better. And then just slowly kept on creeping up the ladder. And once I kind of knew the room more and was more aware of everybody and their talent levels, it just kept raising the standard. So that was something I thought helped me out a lot, actually, early in my career here.
And what happened to him?
It's awesome guy. Football has worked out for everybody. Thankful for him though, and his few years on the team. I know he's doing big things right now in the VC world. He ended up with 3 degrees, 2 masters in the undergraduate year. So he came out winning. I think we could all agree on that. Really good dude, super awesome guy.
Technique-wise, how similar or different is what Coach Henson taught you guys in the spring and compared to years past? Is it a big change, little change, no change?
I would say it's a big change just because it's different. So this is now my 4th coach. It's just having 4 different, I don't want to say 4 different philosophies, but just 4 different styles. You kind of see that each person has their own nuances and how they want to teach techniques and stuff. So it's been awesome. I've learned so much from them already in the spring and over summer, the little bit we have to spend with them. Really looking forward to this game.
I mean, 4 different voices, that alone, just the different approaches has to be an adjustment every time to something new.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I liked all my coaches and just I think they all respectively work great, and I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I know it's not necessarily what you asked, but it's just they're all awesome. I've taken something away from all of them, and I think that's definitely been advantageous for me, just able to have all those different voices and all those different perspectives on football.
We talked to Travis about NIL on Boulevard and how it's working for him. Have you gotten involved with them at all?
I have. I can't say a lot just because of the non-disclosure agreement, so we're involved with it. But yes, we've been working with Boulevard.
Can you just speak generally about how it works, though, without naming any kind of partnerships or anything?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, it's just a way for them to help us out and in the naming his likeness space. Um, I'm really not sure what I can and can't share. It was a pretty big contract in terms of what I could and couldn't do and all the legality. But it's been awesome, super helpful. We have Megan Mueller now working for them and Spencer Harris. They're kind of act like a liaison for us. So having that relationship with them over the last couple of years here, and now they're transitioned to that realm, working for Boulevard and the studios. It's been awesome having them over there to help kind of facilitate stuff for us.
We've seen some fun NIL